And we are back in the Catalyst studio from my mayor with candidate Marcile Powers. Welcome, Marcile. How's life on the campaign trail?
It's going good. I'm really excited about the event coming up on July 10th. There's going to be music from Bubba Scat. I'm going to play some of my art films. There'll be painting for the kids yoga, adult yoga. So July 10th at Sacred Lands Preserve over in the Jungle Prada.
Very nice. So today we're talking about St. Pete and its special character and things you would do as mayor to augment and preserve St. Pete's special characteristics. So as we like to do here, we look at 3 different things you would do. So let's jump in with thing number 1.
Well, I grew up down in Bradenton. So even 20 years ago, to me, St. Petersburg was the big city because it always had the cool indie rock bands we wanted to come up and see. It had the Globe coffee shop. Our moms really told our dads they were going to chaperone us and then had their whole ladies' night on the town, enjoying local restaurants and things while we went to our concerts. So the first thing I'd like to do is keep the restriction sizes on our businesses on Central Avenue so we can keep having those small local restaurants and great art shops there.
So when you talk about the restrictions, is that around chains versus non-chains? Is that around certain sizes?
It's on building sizes. I forget the exact square footage, but they can't be over a certain amount of feet big.
Got it. Okay, let's move on to item number 2 on the list.
My second item would be guaranteed income for our local mural artists and try and expand it out to other artists. I really want to support the arts. I want to bring in some conscious hip hop artists like Lizzie Jeff and Saul Williams down to the South Side so the kids can get exposed to different kinds of hip hop than ones who are talking about gang life and violence. I love conscious hip hop. I love indie rock music. So there's a lot of good influences we could bring down for the kids. I also want to start a program where local artists can put in installations, parks for kids to do, and also spend some time with kids being positive influences. The arts have a lot of things they can offer. There's no one cooler than a local artist.
Can you dig a little bit more into how you see that program shaping up as far as so the city would fund it? And then you mentioned muralists and you mentioned hip hop artists. What sorts of artists would be eligible, and it would be based on buying their art or paying them, almost like a salary to create the art? How do you kind of see the program working?
Well, it's like a universal income. They have it launched in San Francisco. So it'd be a similar sister city program where artists can apply, and as long as they're below the medium income threshold for the city, then they would qualify. We want to start with our more predominant artists, make sure we keep them here and keep the murals looking beautiful.
Great. All right, what's the last item on the list of 3?
Well, for the last item, I'd really like to do like toddler town hall, keep our family friendly vibe in, and have a day where children are welcome to come into City Hall, check things out, encourage the police department to do the same thing. The fire department you can schedule an appointment to do a tour at local fire departments. They'll let you come right in. So it's a good way to get the kids involved in what's going on in the city.
So, Marcelo, I know you have a couple of kids. Can you talk about some of the things that you do and your strategies for helping them become part of the legacy of St. Pete?
Yep. Well, right now, my kids are helping me campaign and learning about what it is to be a mayor of a city. Also, I took them on the tour of the new St. Pete Police Department when it was first put in, and they're very involved in going to the zoo, going to Mosey, going to the local museums. We love going to the pier and the aquarium. So it's good to get kids out and expose them to different things. So then their education is beyond just textbooks.
That's good living. Marcile Powers, thanks for stopping by. It's always good to see you, and we'll see you again in a couple weeks on My Mayor.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here on The Catalyst.